Hello, my name is Victoria Yampolsky, and I run the Startup Station. In this video, I'm going to address top 5 things you should never say to investors. And before I start, I want to give a shout out to Tamara Tobin, who gave me an idea for this video and provided me with ideas of what I should be talking about. So thank you, Tamara. So, the number one thing you should never say to investors is, I have an amazing idea. Now, let's understand why that's a bad thing to say. Do you think any entrepreneur comes to investors and says, I have a horrible idea, or I just have an okay idea, but you should still invest in me? Of course not. Every entrepreneur thinks that his or her idea is amazing. And instead of saying it, you need to prove it to investors. You need to prove it with a well thought through business plan, with an amazing product that is compelling and that your customers are raving about, or with the research proving that your customers will rave about, etc. Okay, number 2. All we need is money to build it. Now, first of all, every entrepreneur needs money, otherwise they wouldn't even be talking to investors. If they didn't need money, they would be sitting at home financing their own venture out of their own funds. Now, it is also a mistake to say that all you need money for is to build it, because you also need money to monetize it and to grow it. And building a product is just the first step. And when you say something like this, it indicates that you haven't thought through the very reason why the investors will be investing money in you, which is your monetization strategy. Number 3, there is no competition. And I gotta say, I hear all too often, all entrepreneurs say that if their product is disruptive, there is no competition. However, this is the worst thing you can say, because no competition means there's no demand for your product. Just because you've come up with a better way to solve a problem, it doesn't mean that there aren't other solutions on the market, maybe ineffective, maybe more expensive, that are solving this problem right now. If you've come up with a solution to solve a problem that no one else is solving, then maybe it doesn't need to be solved. So instead of saying there is no competition, you should say there is competition, but this is why we're better. Number 4, this is going to be $1 billion business. Now, of course, all of us want to become the next Facebook or Google. However, we know that statistically this is not possible, and most of the companies will fail, and only some of them will make an exit, and very, very few of them will achieve $1 billion valuation. So for you to claim at the very early stage that you're going to be $1 billion business is simply preposterous. Never say it, but prove it with your results. And finally, 5, get in now before it's too late. Now, in some cases, you may be able to play that card if you are indeed a startup that's very much in demand. Most of the time, you have no leverage and you are lucky if you're getting investment, especially if it's your first time raising it. And so my advice is, do not create hype before you can justify it. So I hope that this was useful. Please comment below, tell me what you think, share this video with your friends and colleagues. And for more information, go to www.thestartupstation.com. Thank you. See you next week.